What up? What up? Welcome back to the Madden Underground Podcast. It's your boy Brian James, and I'm with my guy Snipes, Philly guy, and B guy. What's good, fellas?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Oh man, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. Got to talk
Yes,
about.
we do.
Let's get into it first, because the draft just passed, and it was a great weekend for some guys. Some guys, other guys didn't have a great weekend. Me personally, I had a lot of what you call it, hashing out to do. I had to hash out a few things and process what actually happened to us in Tennessee. Like, as a Tennessee Titan fan,
what happened?
we gave you AJ Brown. That was the start, and then you did a little shimmy. You did a little shimmy dance that kind of just every time I see it, I vomit in my mouth.
Yeah, because I'm dancing all over your Titans fandom right there.
Yeah, hey,
that was the minute your Titans fandom should have died when I started dancing on it.
That was disgusting. But I know Philly got a kick out of it. I know Snipes got a kick out of it. But we're on to some different things now. But after processing all the draft picks Tennessee Titans made, I'm actually okay with what we did. We didn't have a bad draft. We had a decent draft. We got everything we needed, and we're okay. I think we're okay. Outside of losing our best receiver, but we also forgot we got Robert Woods, who has bad ACLs. But we've had worse at receiver, so I think we'll be okay. A lot of other teams didn't have such good drafts. Well, honestly, who do you guys believe didn't have a good draft?
The Tennessee Titans. I'll go first. The Denial is not the only river in Egypt. Okay. It's also in Southern California. And I just finished watching the Moon Knight series, so I don't know which personality is with us on the podcast today because I have been hearing different things from you all weekend. I mean, granted,
no.
So,
I had to.
You never told me that you were pleased.
No.
And matter of fact, I asked you if we could get a TikTok shimmy so I could learn a new dance. You know what I'm saying? Throw one of Snipes' beats behind it because you didn't want to rhyme on it. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, Saturday, I told you on the call we had Saturday before it was interrupted by the SWAT team. I told you. You remember when you guys were? You remember what happened? You remember? So before it was interrupted by the SWAT team, yeah, the I was actually pleased with the picks and the things that the Titans did. So I'm okay with the Titans picks. All contrary to what you may believe. We needed O-line, we got an O-lineman. We needed a corner, we got a corner. We needed a receiver because we traded a receiver, we got a receiver. Right. We also got a new tight end who runs a sub 4.5. That's great to have. That gives you Jonnu Smith type of vibe that we miss. I think we did good. I think we did okay. Not as good as the Eagles, not as good as the Jets, but
or the Giants. The Giants did very well.
Are the Giants. But we didn't have the luxury.
I have to be honest. Okay. As much as I love the New York Jets draft, and they absolutely had to get it right. I also told you before the SWAT team interrupted our call that I felt like the Jets would be able to go, from 4 wins to maybe, let's say, 8, right? On the outside chance that they're somehow able to make the playoffs, I think that'd be great. But I'm tempering my expectations. I like what they're building towards. That's number one. Mm-hmm. So, number 2, we talked about the Chiefs when Tyreek Hill was traded. Yeah. And we talked about how are they going to adjust, how are they going to adapt to everything happening in the AFC West. I felt this draft showed that they actually did a great job. They had to trade Tyreek Hill, but they were able to get so many complementary pieces. They lost the Honey Badger. He went to the Saints. But the team that I feel had the best draft is the Baltimore Ravens.
I agree. I
agree with that one too.
I'll go with my first loser. I think New England. I don't understand. I don't understand their first 2 picks at all. Like Cole Strange, I get he's versatile. I get he could play multiple positions, but I also feel like you could have got him in the second round. And then with their second round pick, they picked I think the 18th best receiver available, and it's just weird to me. Like why? Like I understand they draft strictly for scheme, which doesn't always work out to your benefit. Like talented players are going to work in any scheme.
I mean, we all know Bill Belichick though.
Like
we know
if you're drafting, but if you're drafting in the 5th round for scheme, I mean, good luck. I feel like if you draft in the 5th round, you got to draft for somebody you think who could possibly make an impact despite the scheme. And then I feel like Seattle's not too far behind. If you're going to go with Drew Lock as your quarterback for the foreseeable future, I mean, have at it. Broncos tried that, and they traded for your quarterback and couldn't wait to get rid of Drew Lock. So, to me, those two teams I just don't understand what the philosophy is right there. Plus, they didn't really get Mac Jones some help. Like, Devontae Parker has been injury prone his whole career, and I don't know if I can name another receiver on that team.
Honestly, when you mentioned Devontae Parker going to New England, along with the receiver they just drafted, along with the receivers that they already had, that's not a bad offense.
But the problem is you're banking on a receiver who, quite frankly, I've never heard of in the draft.
What's the biggest problem we say about the Patriots? They're slow. Their receivers, their offense is slow.
Okay, but like I said, Devontae Parker's always been hurt. That's going to magically change overnight. Like, I think this is what he is. This is what he is. And I'm gonna go to my winner. The New York Jets. I feel like the New York Jets had a spectacular draft. Got everything they needed, and I don't feel like they reached on any of the picks they had.
Yeah,
they got Sauce Gardner at number 4. You know, Day's starting corner right off the bat. Then got Garrett Wilson. Got a really good receiver. Then traded back into the 1st round to go get Jermaine Johnson, which a lot of teams had him go as a top 10 prospect.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2nd round, they go and get Breece Hall. I mean, you talk about hitting a grand slam, and I feel like they did. But we'll have to wait and see, because draft grades don't always really mean you drafted well. That's the expectation, not the rule. So we're going to have to see. Plus, my Philadelphia Eagles, we filled some major holes, got some talented players who can probably come up for us next year, and I'm excited about that as well.
Didn't you guys make a big trade?
Yeah. Can you remind me who that trade was for? Who was that trade?
I think you guys got a receiver.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Was it from? Was it from? It had to be from Jacksonville, right? Was it from Jacksonville?
Was it Oilers?
No.
Houston
No. I think. The Titans. The Titans.
That's right. You guys took their number 1 receiver.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Brown. Yes, that is correct.
Enjoy that bum. But what I'm saying is, hey, he wasn't loyal to us. He definitely won't be loyal to you guys.
We paid him to be loyal. That's what he's loyal to them streets. Him the money.
That's what all the unfaithful women say. They just want to be cashed out. They want to be taken care of. But unfortunately, if you cheated on me, he'll probably cheat on you too.
You weren't gonna show him the money, so he went to somebody who will.
I guess.
At least somebody can throw him the football.
Jalen Hurts is throwing the football. Okay, I think Jalen Hurts is the equivalent of a African American Tannehill. But so that's just my opinion. You went to a. Wow. I guess if you wanted to go the color route, you know what I mean. But same difference. No, I'm saying AJ Brown. Maybe he felt more comfortable getting thrown passes by a black subpar quarterback. But so that's just,
race has nothing to do with the NFL.
Hey.
Your very own Tannehill said he has no interest in helping Willis. And that has
about that later. We'll
get to that in a second.
We'll get to that in a second. Because that I think
Snipes.
That made a value point. But what about you, Snipes? Who do you think had a great draft?
I'm gonna keep it real simple because I know we want to get to other points here. I'm gonna keep it real simple. I think I'm just gonna say the entire NFC East had great drafts except the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys draft was terrible. To me, they did not get any better at all. But granted, I'll give them the benefit of doubt just simply because they really don't. Their offensive line is subpar at best now. You know what I'm saying? But they've always tried to build on that offensive line, and they weren't able to do it in this draft. And I think when you talk about everybody that was good, because I think for the Cowboys, I think that was the most important part that they needed to deal with in the draft, and I don't think they got the guys that they needed. So I think the entire NFC East, though, you know what I mean. I think I think Washington did great as well. Yeah, I think Washington did. Yeah, I think Washington did great as well too. So I think it won't be the NFC least anymore. So that's why I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I think the NFC East, Eagles, Giants, Commanders, they all had fantastic drafts. Cowboys, they had a probably, if you want to give them a C minus, you can give them a C minus. They did not have a good draft at all. And obviously I would have loved to say the Jets, but obviously, we got B-Guard already talked about the Jets. I'm not going to echo it. We all know that the Jets probably had the best draft in the, in the game. So
maybe outside of Philadelphia, just because of the AJ Brown trade. But
right.
if the AJ Brown trade don't happen, I think the Jets far and away.
Right. And I got to say, Baltimore had a great draft. And you know what I mean? And at first I actually agreed, but I had to think about it after I agreed with you, Philly, and with you, B. James. I had to think about it for a second, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, no. They just got rid of their big receiver, so they didn't have the best draft. It all happened in the draft.
To be fair, if you can get a first round pick out of Marquise Brown, I think you take the first round pick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I mean, I guess we'll just see. We'll have to see what happens with that pick that they made. You know what I mean? So, well, I guess we'll see. But you did lose out. You did lose out a lot, and unfortunately, Lamar Jackson he ain't too happy about it either. So
we got Philly Irish Drew Evo in the middle. What up, Drew? Man, that's one of my guys right there. He was actually in the PlayStation League for a little bit a few years ago. So what up, man? Glad to see you joining us today. I think the Ravens had a great draft. I think the Cowboys, honestly, I think they got Parsons number 2 in the draft.
That's some shoes to fill.
I think they got somebody. I think if they got Parsons number 2, they got another guy that's fast, rangy, and can get to the quarterback quick. And I think if we're talking about a replacement for Randy Gregory, they did a great job of replacing him with the guy they drafted. So
that's but like B-Guard just said, though, those are some shoes to fill, boy. Those are some shoes to fill you're talking about right now.
Definitely. I don't think he's the strongest.
I'm not calling anybody. I'm not calling anybody no Micah Parsons yet. Nah, I can't call that man.
Dude,
that
look just like Micah Parsons. They literally look alike. Like, that's the creepy part. He ran a sub 4. He ran a sub 4.5. Ran a 4.43.
I mean, Drake London looked like Mike Evans. We ain't gonna call him Mike Evans yet.
Sure ain't.
yeah, not yet.
But we could.
He could. Sure. That's always possible. Is it probable? I have no idea.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so the MUT cards came out for the draft. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to check any of them out.
I did not. I'm just gonna be honest. I did not. Okay. But I'm turning my Madden on right now. So, in the middle of this, doing all this, I'm definitely gonna be checking it out.
All right, well, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen because they actually had some good stuff. Had some good stuff out there. They actually got. I actually got the Willis card today. They actually released the Willis card today. A lot of people weren't interested in it. I ain't gonna say a lot of people. Had to be a lot of interest in it because they actually held off on releasing it so that more people could actually, I guess, drum up the money to get it. But I didn't have to spend a dime to get it. I sold a lot of my cards, a lot of my older cards, to the auction house. Was able to get it for under $200K. So, in my opinion, that's a steal, especially for a new card of this caliber. So let me go ahead and go to my MUT team. Have you guys?
Please.
Hey.
Who are you?
Hey, and Craig Peoples. another Madden player, good Madden player, Raider fan as well, just said I think Burks is more like Evans than anybody. So, what do you guys think about that? That's the guy the Titans drafted. If you didn't know, you're like, who the hell?
Yeah.
So,
I know who I know who it is.
and I actually won an auction too. Look at Derrick Henry.
We'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Well, we talked about this already, Brian, and I said it to you. I said, look, AJ Brown, he's a proven commodity. The Titans are bringing in a rookie, and the issue is either going to be Tannehill, his decision making, or it's going to be the offensive play calling. I don't feel like the rookie's going to have as much of an impact because he's simply not AJ Brown. That's too much to ask of him, and I feel like the biggest issue is still with Tannehill and with the offensive play calling. So you guys have two running backs that are great, but Tannehill's still the problem. So maybe Willis gets a chance to shine. I don't know. He adds another dimension to your offense that I think makes Derrick Henry and the backup running back whose name escapes me at the moment. But I think it makes you guys more dangerous because he's a more mobile quarterback. So you have to consider that.
And like I said, with the mud card came out today. The Malik Willis mud card. He's 95 overall, 94 speed, 96 throw power, 91 short accuracy, 93 mid accuracy, 95 deep accuracy, 90 throw under pressure, 92 throw on the run, 92 play action, and 76 strength, 95 agility, 94 acceleration, and 91 awareness. That's actually pretty good for
that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And he has 90 jump. Not that matters. He's not gonna be
just move him to tight end.
Yeah, but I'm like, I like him. I like the card. I actually got the card, which is crazy because I have this Derrick Henry quarterback card. And it's kind of hard for me to trade that one off because I had to go get a Derrick Henry running back card because I'm like, if I put Malik Willis in, I'm going to have to bring Derrick Henry on the roster somehow, some way. So I have to get a Derrick Henry running back card, which I just got. But I got the 98 overall Derrick Henry quarterback card where he has 97 speed, 95 throw power, 99 short accuracy, 89 medium accuracy, 86 deep accuracy, 97 throw power, and 98 play action.
Are we just going through your team?
You want to go through my team?
No, I'm asking.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just showing you the comparison in quarterbacks for the Titan theme teams. If you're a theme team kind of guy, this is what you have to choose from. You have Derrick Henry, and then you have Malik Willis. It's hard to give up Derrick Henry at quarterback. They gave Malik Willis, and he's a good card, but he's not better than the Derrick Henry card. So if you have the Derrick Henry card and you're debating on whether the Malik Willis card is worth it, in my opinion, it's not. Because Derrick Henry's faster, has more throw power and everything. And then on top of that, you can give Derrick Henry armbar at quarterback if you want to just be ultra disrespectful with him. But if you
real quick, while before you continue, real quick, I just want to let the audience know here that Snipes is not a mutt guy at all. So guess what? Right now, I am actually learning from these three cats right now. Just keep that in mind, everybody. I am learning from them right now. I'm paying attention to everything they're saying because I am not a mutt guy. I'm learning about it now because I know this is just something that I have to get into being in this realm of Madden. So just want to put that out there.
I think this is a great opportunity for the people that don't play mutt because we don't play mutt like I'm not really a mutt guy like that either. B-Guard's more mutt guy than probably the most mutt guy of all of us.
I don't even think I'm a mutt guy.
Yeah, I don't think you are anymore.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But I'm not really. I don't really care which cards come out
because you're like 30 days sober, right?
No, I'm back on the narcotic. It's just I'm not like snorting mountains of it. All right, I've tapered my narcotic use.
Okay. But my thing is this is why I want to. We probably start showcasing more mud things around here because for the guys like us, you know what I mean, the guys that kind of like on the fence about mud, they don't really play it that much, but they think it's all about a smash and grab job. We're gonna show you shortcuts on how to get certain cards, shortcuts on how to get certain players, and we'll continue that into 23.
Yeah, like what I want to know is, Brian, you've been playing for like a couple weeks and you already got a better team than me. How is that?
Well, the thing is, I've been playing all year long. It's just that I haven't been advertising that I've been playing all year long. You know what I mean? I have a better team for the simple fact that me and Blaze, we've been binging challenges. Like we did literally almost all the challenges. Like I went from being ranked a level 10 to a level 41 in probably 2 weeks. So
oh wow.
So
nice.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, yo, that's pretty good. But I hopped on the challenges. Like the new challenge that came out today was the flashback challenge, and I hopped on that. It was only 5 challenges, and you got the power up for the Kilo Witherspoon, which turns out to be one of the fastest corners in the game. He goes to 98 speed, but once you do all the kills and stuff, he becomes 99 speed.
So I'll tell y'all, if you want to get a corner, I don't know if you know that you guys know this. If you want a corner, you want him to be tall.
Tall, definitely.
Yeah, okay. You don't want anybody below 6'2". If they're below 6'2", and you're all you're gonna see in these next coming weeks is when they drop golden tickets.
Big receivers.
Like Ed Too Tall Jones is going to be a receiver because he's 6'9", and good luck. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my gosh!
And here's the Kilo Witherspoon I was talking about. I got him today. I literally got him today. I got the power up card from doing the flashback challenge, and then I had a few coins. I found some of the cards in the auction. Like I think the first card you need is his 85 overall card, and I think if you have he's in the auction for like I think 30,000 coins or 40,000 coins, maybe 50 at the most. Depending on, I think maybe he may be more valuable now because of the power-up card. So it's probably around 50, maybe 55,000 coins, which isn't really that hard to get. You can do that doing maybe 5 or 6 challenges and a couple head-to-head games, you know. And then you get your daily coins too, the 3,000 coins from the daily from just logging in the mud. So that's something that you guys can look into. These are, like I said again, if you don't want to spend money, this is how you get your team good real fast. Do the challenges, get the cards, and if you got cards that you don't want to have, auction them off and get the cards that you want to have. And the thing is, like I said, the Kilo Witherspoon card is the hottest card right now. You see he's 99 speed. He's fast, 99 jump, 99 man coverage, 99 zone coverage, 98 press. That's what you want. And like B-Gar alluded to, he's 6'2" already out the gate, and then 99 acceleration, 93 awareness. That's what you want in the corner. So automatically, you got to start in corner just by doing the flashback challenge and actually building that power-up card. And it may take a little bit of time, but it's fun doing it once you get used to it. You'll see your team go from what's your team, Philly, like a 70 overall or a 60 overall?
That is correct.
But to think about it, you started off at 50 overall. You did a few challenges with me. And you can team up on these challenges as well. If you got a partner you want to team up with, you guys can play together and do the challenges together and get the coins and build your team up at the same time. Me and Philly did that. That was actually something fun to do, especially if you don't really have a good team. You can have some person with a better team use his players, and you can piggyback off of his players and get coins for your team and cards for your team as well. And that's what I would recommend if you have a garbage team. He said, can anybody please tell me how much that UL 98 Rodney Harrison, Mike Haynes, and Randy Moss all go for in the market? I can actually look for you right now.
Probably around 3 to 4.
Yeah, 3
for
to 4.
The Moss.
Yeah, the Moss. I think the same. It's about the same for the Rodney Harrison too. I don't look, bro. I don't go to pack routes. I do not go to pack routes, bro. You better off just flipping cards, man. I know people say
the pack routes is gonna get you burnt.
Yeah, it's gonna get you burned because you're gonna get duplicates. When you're gonna get duplicates, and now you can trade the duplicates in.
Well, and also, there's not a lot that's worth pulling in packs right now.
Not at
all. Because like the most expensive card you're probably gonna get as of right now is probably gonna go for like 300,000 coins, and that's nothing at this point of mud.
Yeah.
So you're better off, like if you're starting off right now, you're really late to the party, but like Brian said, you might as well just do the solos and try to enjoy as much as you can. Plus there's this thing called solo battles.
Yes.
There's this thing called solo battles. Do those. If you win those, like you're gonna, and you get like you get a certain amount. I think it's like 125K a week,
Yes.
at least, plus packs, which you could get lucky in. So that's the route you want to go. And that's also like when you're starting out next year.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go the money route, which a lot of people don't, and that's what turns off a lot of people, is do every solo and then go to solo battles. Solo battles will get you the coin, will get you more coins faster. It is pretty time consuming, I will say.
He said it's Moss the best option to choose. In my opinion,
right now, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, he's tall. Like, you can't teach that. Like, if my receivers right now are Randy Moss, Devontae Adams,
Calvin
and then
Johnson.
when Ed Too Tall Jones comes out, he's going to replace Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I recommend Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson cooks. He just gets open all the time. And another sleepy. I think one player that everybody's sleeping on is Billy Whiteshoes, bro. Billy Whiteshoes. I don't know what's up with him. He's great in special teams. I think I run back at least one kick return back a game with Billy Whiteshoes for some reason. And it's just easier to maneuver with him. He's agile. He has 99 speed. He's great. Like I said, that's one of my sleeper guys, Billy Whiteshoes. But yeah, Moss is definitely one of the guys. Calvin Johnson, and if you can get that, if you can build your Cam Chancellor up to a 99, my God, Cam Chancellor is amazing. He's like, I mean like a walking hit stick, bro. Like this dude is basically, you're gonna fumble. Like you run the ball too much, he hits you, you're gonna fumble. As soon as you turn, you get a little fatigue. If he hits you, the ball's coming out. So I think Rodney Harrison is somewhat the same way, depending on what abilities you put on him. But yeah, there's certain players. But I know Rodney Harrison's a liability in coverage. That's the only thing I have for Rodney Harrison. Rodney Harrison and Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott just looks sorry on the game because he has all that old gear on and that face mask, and he's not the guy.
Ronnie Lott's too small. Like again, it comes back to the height. He's too small.
Yeah, I have Bernard. I have Pollard back there. I like Pollard. Pollard's a big safety. I think he's about 6'2". He's another hit stick guy. Big. He can guard. He's big enough to guard the tight ends and the bigger receivers. So it's just the crosses. When you get to that crosser situation, those bigger guys have a hard time with the change of direction situation, and they get lost in traffic a lot. But I think it's a lot of good cards out there though. But actually, you gotta actually just get the cards and play. And if the player don't work out for you, trade them in and get another card that may better suit your needs. You know, so that's what I would recommend in my opinion. So it's up to you.
Again, guys, I'm learning. Look, for some of you guys that don't know nothing about this and listening to them right now, I'm learning. I'm learning everything that they're talking about right now. And I know I'm late to the game. Like B-Gar said, I'm late to the game right now, but I'm going to play it now. So that way, when next year comes out and once it starts up, I could get into it right away. And I learned something from this right now, you know? So,
and my reason for like a lot of people say, oh, wait, mess with the MUT. I like MUT. I like to explore all aspects of Madden, but MUT, this year, I don't know if you guys play Diamond Dynasty, right? I know a lot of franchise guys like, I don't play MUT, I play franchise. But MLB has a Diamond Dynasty franchise where you can play with your MUT, like what's equivalent to a MUT team in franchise mode. I don't know what's going on with EA. They've been pretty tight-nipped about what they're doing, but I'd never count out the possibility of them implementing that into franchise mode because it would be a huge...
There's like endless possibilities.
Yes, endless possibilities. And I'm talking about you, all the stuff that you're talking about. We have all the issues we have with people talking about gunslinger and this and that and blah blah blah. That would totally eliminate that whole thing if we were doing that with the Pro League. So if that's a possibility, definitely you want to get familiar with the whole situation, and because that might, I'm not going to count it out. I'm not going to say EA is going to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. So and normally when we allude to certain things, how do you get franchise players into MUT? This is how you do it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. So with that being said, I recommend Philly. You get acclimated. Snipes, get acclimated. You don't have to play it every day or make it your main mode, but at least know, be in the know about what's going on.
Yeah, I just want to know what it is with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just mess with it. Like I said, the best way to get familiar with something is to just mess around with it, and then eventually you decide what you like and what you don't like about it, and what you can build and what's easy to build with the team and what's not easy to build with the team. So, but like B-Gar said, is watch other streams too. Watch other people stream like you'll see a guy balling out with somebody on the stream. You're like, dang, I need to go get that card because of this guy's been. I'm watching this guy literally ball out with this particular card. So you go out and get it. But yeah, the draft cards are out. They have the first and the second round of second. I think the first through third round available. I don't think they're going past the third round.
They don't ever go past the third.
Yeah. So, and I think the only reason they went to the third this year is because so many quarterbacks fell to that round. But yeah, and the Kobe Dean, that was a steal of the draft, man. And he's actually the highest of all the rookies in the third round. His card is,
who did he go to?
He went to the Eagles. He went to the Eagles.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Man.
And his card is actually the highest rated card in the auction house of the third round cards. So, the highest value card, I should say. So, shout out to B-Guard. Congratulations on that, B-Guard. Accomplishing that and whatever that matters.
It's real hard work. Really, really, real hard work, man. Like, it's somebody got to be a winner in this stream.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Sometimes it ain't me. We probably gonna talk about something where I'm a pretty big loser.
Yeah.
In a little bit. So
yeah. I think anytime you played me this year, you're a pretty big loser. But that's neither here nor there. Oh man, I'm making it harder for myself to get the Titans every time I say that. But you already took my receiver. Let me live, bro. Let me have that. You took my receiver.
Hey man,
I think we should have broken even on that.
If I get the number one pick, you're gonna have to pay me all the money.
Nah, I would just pick the Eagles and play with AJ Brown. But that's the closest thing to the Titans I would need if that were to happen. But yeah, we got a lot of things going on. We're starting to implement into the podcast. We're gonna be implementing a little bit more. We're actually gonna be doing some tournaments in the upcoming weeks. Actually, next week will be the first tournament, so we'll start posting at places. It won't be a big tournament. It'll be a little small tournament. We'll start in-house, and then we'll start inviting people as we get, our feet under us with the tournament situation. But I know a lot of people have been hitting me up saying that they got them some theme teams. They want to purchase a theme team, and they want to put that team to use. And that's another route to go. $17 or $19, depending on if you got the what you call it. You can get you a solid theme team too. For those of you that want to spend money this late in the year. But if you don't, like I said, do the challenges. But we'll be doing some tournaments. Nothing major, just something a little in-house if you want to get your feet wet. We're just trying to get everything acclimated for 23. So we're going to be doing test running a lot of different things. And we'll be dropping a lot of different things. As you can see, we have a new logo featured on the stream. It's Underground Sports Gaming. And that's going to be the umbrella. And Madden Underground will fall under that Underground Sports Gaming umbrella. We'll have things for 2K. We'll have things for MLB. We'll be doing all different things. Yes, Xbox and PS5 for those of you that are concerned. But make sure you follow the Madden page. Make sure you follow the Twitch. And wherever you're viewing from right now, you'll be able to get the information from on those platforms. So just make sure you're following on those platforms wherever you feel comfortable watching that and things like that. But and we'll have that information for you, I guess, next week on the podcast. More information on everything. But we got a new website coming out. It's going to be undergroundsportsgaming.com, and we'll have a lot of different things. We're going to be doing youth things for the community, outreach programs, and getting them acclimated to esports and how they can be featured with how they can actually get college education. With esports, so we're gonna be doing the different things. Not just gonna be Madden, totally Madden all day. Maybe on Madden Underground, yeah, but Underground Sports Game, it'll be different things. It won't just be us doing podcasts. It'll be a plethora of other gamers doing different things on there as well. So make sure you guys keep it locked. We also have a venue that we're gonna be working out of in August. So it's gonna be a lot of different things. So make sure you guys keep it locked. Stay tuned, and you'll see the growth in the different things that we'll be doing this year. So with that being said, we got to acknowledge some of the champions because I don't think we thoroughly acknowledged our league champions this year. we kind of just the Super Bowl winner. We went on about our day, but I want to acknowledge the champions for every season. For season 1 on the Xbox side, we had that guy DJ. He was the Xbox Pro champion. On the PS5 side, it was VA Dimes. So that guy DJ and VA Dimes were our Xbox Pro and PS5 Pro champions. On the hybrid side, it was Spartan Pride or whatever the other alias he was going by at that time. The season 2 champions was Burko on the Xbox Pro side and Jelly on the PS5 Pro side. So shout out to those guys. They actually did a great job. And Burko actually, what I want to commend Burko on, Burko won a Super Bowl, switched teams, and still made the playoffs with the team he switched to. That's an amazing thing. Yeah, he traded his team. I'm talking about a team with Gunslinger, a team with everything, and the team that he traded his team. He swapped not traded his team, but he swapped teams with a player. They had an agreement where they want to switch teams, so they switched teams the following season, and Burko still made the playoffs. And the guy that had the better team didn't. So shout out to MTV Famous for not making the playoffs with the better team.
You're going to have this man break the multiverse again, man. Just leave him alone.
Let him be, man.
If you, like I said, if you want to get involved in what we're doing, register at MaddenUnderground.com, and you can. The link is at the bottom of the screen on the scrolling marquee. Go there, sign up, and then we'll get you all the information that you need. At least, or join the Discord. The Discord is there too. You can go to the website and join the Discord. But yeah, we also for season 3, we had what's his name? JB for the Xbox Pro League. We had Dimes again for PS5 Pro. So JB and Dimes were the Pro League champions on Xbox and PS5. 2 extraordinary players, 2 highly competitive players, 2 highly motivated players when it comes to Madden. I like the way both of the guys get down in regards to preparation into the game, and second to none. And then for season 4, our final season, we had Lethal Jimmy win the Hybrid League. We had JB win the Xbox Pro League, and we had Dimes win the PS5 Pro League again. So we had Dimes as a 3-time PS5 Pro League champion. He didn't win any on the Xbox, but he definitely dominated the PS5 side, hands down. On the Xbox side, we had Burko, JB won twice, and that guy DJ, all young competitors, and they're fierce competitors and great ballers. And they all showed that by doing what they did with the teams that they had. DJ won with the Bears. I mean, a depleted Bears team because he wasn't really familiar with franchise and traded a lot of good players away for bums because he thought they were fast and speed was God, is what he said or alluded to. So but I guess it paid off because he did win a Super Bowl after making those trades.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Paid off, but literally looking at that Bears team that he had after making those trades, that team was terrible. So but he still won the Super Bowl. So that goes to say how good of a player he is. And Burko, like I said, he did his thing with the 49ers. And JB came in, took over those Falcons, and ran the table twice. So I can't say nothing bad about JB, man. That dude was a fierce competitor as well. So those are our champions. I definitely want to shout those guys out and let it be known that they were, the faces of the franchise mode in Madden Underground this year. So make sure you.
I like what you did there. Like what you did there.
You see what I said? You see you got that? He caught on to that. So yeah, definitely they have faces. So some guys playing don't have face. You don't know who they are. But but yeah, they definitely did their thing, and they were fierce competitors and won. So and they all walked away with buckets of cash. So that's always a great thing. They all walked away with boatloads of cash. So make sure you guys sign up if you're interested in participating next year. We'll have buckets of cash to give away, and we'll have a lot of different opportunities to win money, not just franchise mode, tournaments, and other various competitions. So make sure you guys keep it locked. But anyways, what's up with the NBA playoffs, B-Guard? Give me a little insight on what's going on in the NBA, man. it's been a rough task. I haven't been able to catch too many games, but I know you've been following. I've been following your tweets to stay abreast of what's going on. Not to shade you or any way in regards to Philly.
Oh
guys.
no! Let Philly guy go ahead. Let him go ahead first. Let's hear it.
Oh well, look, it's real simple. The Bucks and the Celtics are going at it. It's supposed to be a great series. The Bucks, they went with a very large front court because Chris Middleton is injured, and they had success in the first game. Celtics made their adjustments, and they won the second game, so that series is tied 1-1. Unfortunately, Joel Embiid is injured, and so he's supposed to be out the first two games in the Philadelphia Sixers series against.
They're playing right now, aren't they?
Miami Heat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, it is half 60-52 Miami.
Oh, good game.
So,
good game.
Obviously Philadelphia, they made the trade for James Harden. They traded away Ben Simmons, and they traded away Curry's younger brother, Seth, and
older brother. Or younger brother. You're right. My bad.
It's okay. It's all right. Anyway,
less famous brother.
Anyway, well, I'm not even going to go there. All I'm going to say is, look, the Sixers they're built around Embiid, and so they're expected to struggle because the Heat are at full strength, and Bam Adebayo playing the center position, he's going to be a tough matchup, and so the Sixers are down by a game in the series, but this is game 2, so we'll see what they do. Now on the West Coast side, you got Phoenix. And I really feel like Phoenix is probably going to handle Dallas just because it's a matchup thing. And so Phoenix actually won the first game. They're pretty much sitting in the driver's seat. We'll see what happens later on tonight. And then one of the more intriguing series that I feel like the NBA is actually involved in personally is the Warriors versus the Memphis Grizzlies.
I like that series. I like that series a lot.
Well, what it's showing is that the Grizzlies aren't there yet, but they will definitely be there. And the reason why I said that is because it's not because Draymond Green got thrown out in the first game and the Warriors were able to steal that game. It's particularly because of what happened in the second game. In the second game, there was a flagrant foul. Gary Payton's son, Gary Payton Jr., he got injured and looks like his elbow was broke. And if you look at it, there is a code that athletes go by, and it looks like that code was broken.
It was definitely broken. It was definitely broken.
And the first thing it reminded me of is the Phoenix against San Antonio series when Robert Horry just kind of leveled his shoulder on Steve Nash, and that changed the whole series, and that was a wrap. So I'm not saying that the Warriors are going to struggle because of that, but GP was the primary defender on Ja Morant, who's very talented. So, we're talking about trying to keep him from scoring 10 more points than he normally would. But, the Warriors, they missed like almost all of the 3-point shots. They had too many turnovers. And then, unfortunately, there was another controversial call, which involved Draymond Green again. When the game was on the balance, he was going for a rebound, and they called a foul on him, and the Grizzlies got the ball back.
He also caught an elbow in that game, too.
Yeah, he caught a major
one.
He did. So, it's for me, it's frustrating because I believe that every great team has to beat their bigger brother in order to take that next step. And I've seen it plenty of times, Chicago and Detroit. You saw it with the Heat in Boston, even though, the NBA kind of helped out the Heat a little bit there, too. But these are great matchups, and if you're not a fan of the NBA, now is a great time to start because they're not playing 90s basketball. There's a lot of scoring going on. There's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of getting up and down the court. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch.
After watching Winning Times in the Magic Johnson documentary, basketball now is just garbage. So. I'm just saying.
Like, how can you say that though? I mean, like that's you're watching a documentary about basketball, but this is like real life basketball that's happening right now. Like they're gonna have a lot of great stories in the future. You'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that was going on. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you don't know.
No. I don't think the stories of the past. There's no stories that could top the stories of the past. I mean, like as far as just, I don't know. You have to watch the Winning Time series, man. If you watch that. that series, bro. Like,
well, how do you know there ain't gonna be stories about what LeBron James was doing in like Miami and Cleveland?
I don't think
and all
nobody
that?
wants to hear those stories though. Like, it's,
I do. I want to know.
well,
I don't know why he makes
hey man, I could live without hearing about the damn flu game for the 900th time. But every year, the same date, I gotta hear about it. On this day, 20 years ago, Michael Jordan had the flu.
I love watching the winning times and finding out some of the players were high off of cocaine in the game and hallucinating during the game. I love it. That's that you would never they do extreme drug testing now, so that will never happen nowadays.
Yeah, that'll never happen now.
Yeah, but dudes playing high off of coke, I don't think I've ever dudes throwing up on the sideline and people thinking they got a flu and it's either they drunk or they're off of some kind of drug. Not saying that I'm encouraging drug use. No, not at all, not the least. But what I am saying is those type of stories, those type of little, sprinkles add to make for a great story, So, but no, I would never endorse drug use.
Hey, you know what? Talking about a story. What about your boy Tannehill, man?
Oh man, let's talk about this, man. Let's hash this out right now. Let's think.
I gotta get your take first.
Okay, exactly. I was ready to say the same thing. Don't pass it off to us.
This is what you have to realize.
Oh, here we go.
Tannehill started the playoff game, the Bengals playoff game. First play of the game, he threw an interception. Right? Mm-hmm. You know who his backup was last season? No, you don't, right? Logan Woodside. Have you ever heard of him? He's actually he's actually 45 overall in Madden right now. So like that says how good of a backup he is. So that was the backup. So he could go out there and throw a pick and feel confident knowing that was his backup and there was no chance in hell that he was going to enter the game, right? Let's fast forward to the draft, right? The receiver that made you look good. It wasn't that you were good. It was the back and the receiver that made you look like you were a decent quarterback and got you a new contract. These receivers got you a new contract. They go ahead and trade him. They cut Julio and they trade A.J. Brown. And everybody's like, well, okay, big deal. That's a huge deal for Tannehill because now he's like, yo, I don't have no chemistry with these dudes I got now. I don't know nothing about them. We got a guy, we just traded for a guy with torn ACLs. And it's like, what am I to do? You know what I'm saying? You drafted a guy that they say is kind of like the guy we just traded. I mean, but he's not the guy, and I don't know. He's a little slower. But, and he's like, and then on top of that, you're thinking like, okay, they too comes, and they draft a quarterback. That was the last thing you were thinking that was even on the Titans draft board, was a quarterback. And now they're talking about him. The dude was supposed to be a first-round pick. He slid to the third. It's a possibility that there was a value pick. They took him, and now you got to beat this guy out.
I don't think he's going to have to beat him out. I think Tannehill's going to be the starter regardless.
I don't know. We may have a Russell Wilson, Matt Flynn situation.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the rule. That's the exception. I will say, like, the comments about him, like, his job description is not to his job description isn't to mentor Malik Willis. Like, I would say he's right. That isn't his job. Like, go look at the history of the NFL. Brett Favre has said that. Now, Ryan Tannehill ain't nearly the quarterback Brett Favre is.
Hey, B-Guard, but think about right after they said those dudes lost their jobs. Bledsoe said that.
Yeah, but Brady. Well, think about it. He probably think about it like this in the shade of Ryan Tannehill. Like, this is pretty much saying your days are numbered.
Definitely.
Like his days are in Tennessee are numbered.
Yes.
And there's a couple ways to go about it. You could either go about it like Brett Favre did with Aaron Rodgers, or you could go about it like Alex Smith did with Patrick Mahomes, where Alex Smith took the time to mentor him. Like, I think the difference between Alex Smith and Ryan Tannehill is I think Alex Smith was way more comfortable with where he was in his career. Like, knew he was on the back end of his career, knew that that his prime was behind him. Where Ryan Tannehill, he probably thinks he still can be the guy. he still could be good enough to take a team to the Super Bowl. And to him, where the Titans are drafting his possible replacement, like that's just like a real reality check. Is like, damn, they really don't think I'm the future here.
No, you're not.
And that's I can understand why he'd say, like, it's not my job to mentor Malik Willis.
Well, no, see, that's what you said makes sense, okay? But let's keep it real, okay? In any sport, you're only as good as your weakest link, okay? And for him to think that he's the reason that the Titans can win a bowl.
To be fair, they weren't really doing much before him.
Actually, they went to two playoff games. They went to two. They actually think about it. The year before,
they didn't get to the AFC title game.
They got to the divisional round twice. They got to the divisional round twice. They got there and they lost to the Patriots, and the other time they lost to the Chiefs. But
here's my point. Like, during that playoff run where they got to the AFC title game, was he not electric? Like, he was really good in that playoff run. Derrick Henry was the star. Derrick Henry was the star. See, but when Tannehill needed to make throws, did he not make throws?
I think, but all of those throws that he made were off of play action fakes. Keep that in mind.
Right. So a lot of quarterbacks need play action though. It's not just Tannehill.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, my reason for saying that is that okay, he made the throws, cool, but was he the focal point? No. You keep in mind, Josh Norman is a lockdown corner, and we have footage of Derrick Henry throwing him. His man. No, he wasn't like that. Well, I don't think he ever was. But
he was never that.
I mean, but his whole objective is to cover the receiver in front of him, and we have footage of him in the box trying to stop Derrick Henry. And the thing is that that got him thrown into the bleachers almost. But when you got Derrick Henry on the field, everybody has to take account. You can't play defense the way you want to play defense because you have to account for the big guy in the backfield. And because at any given time, not only is he big and he can break tackles, he's fast enough to outrun you. So it's like you gotta have guys and bodies and a bunch of bodies in the box to get to him quickly, to get him going to stop him before he gets going. And the thing about that is what that does is it opens up opportunities for double moves, play action fakes, outs, curls. All the intermediate routes are available. Because just simply because of it.
But and I'll take you to a quarterback who famously couldn't make the big throws. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Didn't have Derrick Henry in the backfield, bro.
Yeah, but he had a great run game behind him and a great offensive coordinator.
It was a different type of run game though. It wasn't a run. It wasn't a power.
Yeah,
run
but
game.
still a great run game. Nonetheless,
power run.
Just because you don't have Derrick Henry doesn't mean your run game ain't effective.
But the Niners have an outside zone scheme, right? It's all about getting to the edge. They got and they have. We call him Kerry Kittles, or at least I do, even though we know his name is George.
I've never called him Kerry Kittles.
Well, Brian did, so that's
black people. Black people call him Kerry Kittles.
Right, there you go. But my whole point before, again, B-Guard, is you're only as good as your weakest link. So the fact that this guy doesn't have a winner's mentality, the fact that he doesn't say, what? We need everybody to be at their best, because the bottom line is, should the Tennessee Titans football organization lose a Super Bowl because Willis is not ready to go? Absolutely not. I mean, look, if you're not afraid of that smoke, right? You're like, hey, I'm going to challenge this young man, and we're going to compete for this job. Like, you can't be ducking people and be all in your feelings.
But the thing is, he's not going to be competing for the starting job.
He is going to be competing for the.
He's not. I promise you. I will put the house.
2 weeks in the training camp.
How is it that he's not NFL ready 2 weeks ago, but now he NFL ready when he goes to the Titans? How does that work?
No. Look, let me keep in mind. It ain't that he's ready. He's probably not ready at all. But
yeah, so why the hell would you throw him to the fire then?
No, you're not gonna. I wouldn't.
You drafted him. They drafted him to sit behind Tannehill.
But what's gonna happen is he's gonna go out there. And you keep in mind, you got a disgruntled locker room. Nobody in the locker room likes Tannehill right now. Nobody.
I was just about to, and I was about to say that was going to be, my point. You know what I mean? He didn't check the ego at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the issue. Now you didn't check the ego at the door. You got a guy.
And I get out that, and I agree with that 100%. My thing is like if you think Malik Willis is going to be the starter week 1, you're out of your mind.
No, that's not what we said. We said that he's going to
compete for the position.
We've already promised you
he's not.
Listen. There's two things that you didn't mention. Number one, like Snipes was getting ready to talk about, it is the locker room. The locker room is split. Okay, they feel some kind of way about his performance against the Bengals. That's a given. They definitely feel some kind of way about the way that he's handling the situation right now. And then the second thing is Willis is a different style of quarterback, so you're going to game plan for him differently, right? So if Tannehill gets injured under any set of circumstances, then the Titans are going to have to roll with this young man, and that means it's going to be a tremendous.
When you guys say compete for the quarterback spot, that to me says, oh, he's competing to start week 1, and I tell you, there's no chance.
Listen,
unless Tannehill does get hurt. If Tannehill gets hurt, then it kind of forces
the Seahawks said that about Russell Wilson, and he started.
Yeah, Matt Flynn. Okay, Ryan Tannehill is a lot better quarterback than Matt Flynn ever was.
No.
Matt Flynn got a contract off of 1 game against the Detroit Lions.
No, I don't know.
Okay,
listen.
Matt Flynn. Name the second great Matt Flynn.
I think a lot of people highly undervalue the presence of Derrick Henry in the backfield. Like
Mariota had him. Mariota didn't look great either.
We wasn't running power I. We wasn't running power.
Okay, so so if you have Derrick Henry in the backfield and you have Marcus Mariota, okay, then that's not a fit then. Because you can't run the power I with Mariota.
You can't.
But you're gonna run the read option. You're gonna run read options with Derrick Henry.
You actually could. But they and the thing about it was Derrick Henry wasn't even the focal. He wasn't even the premier back when Mariota was there. Think about it. Who was the premier back? They drafted Dion. Not drafted, but traded and got Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis was actually the premier back, and Derrick Henry was coming in spelling him. And that's why a lot of people were saying like, okay, Vrabel came in and changed everything. He made Derrick Henry the premier back and everything. And then the year before that, it was the Cowboys' old running back Murray. DeMarco Murray. Yeah, so like and Derrick Henry was backing him up. So it was like it was
Okay, but that's the same type of running back.
No, it's not. It's not.
DeMarco Murray was not a power running back. No, I promise you.
He was a shifty.
They tried. Look, no, he was not. No, he was not. I'm an Eagles fan. That did not work, and you need a shifty back for Chip Kelly's offense.
He wasn't as shifty as McCoy, but he's not Derrick Henry type
of
power back.
He had no shift towards him whatsoever.
And then
I watched those Eagles games.
And then on top
those Eagles games.
Then on top of that, we were running a more spread type of offense at that time.
Bro, like they got the DeMarco Murray contract got Chip Kelly fired. Yeah. If y'all don't remember that,
right? But like Brian said, Tannehill's numbers didn't look good till he got to Tennessee. When he was with the Dolphins, if he was that great, he never would have left the Dolphins. It wasn't until
now was he a good fit for Tennessee? Hell yeah, he was a great fit for Tennessee because he was a great game manager. He wasn't trying to do too much because he knew his limitations. So that's the difference. Now,
but you could also say about Ryan Tannehill that the Dolphins failed him. They couldn't get him any offensive line help. They drafted so many offensive linemen to the point where it was just bust after bust after bust.
I don't even think it was that, because if you the Tennessee Titans have a great O-line, and he got sacked a lot of times in the Bengals game, right? You know why? It's because he wasn't able to decipher who was the go-to receiver. And
I mean, his last year.
That's why Jarvis Landry said he is not coming to Tennessee. He said he will refuse to play with Tannehill again. He said, "I'm not playing with him again." He said, "I'm not playing with him again."
Right. What team does Jarvis Landry play for right now?
He can go to any team he wants to right now.
But he's playing for the Browns.
Why is he not? Okay, so why is he not signed yet?
Because he's trying to find a good situation. You know, that's what it's about.
He hasn't found a good situation yet.
Nah, you gotta find a good situation. He was.
I feel like you find it by now.
Nah. Just when you think about it, Honey Badger just signed yesterday. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Like it's basically finding a good situation where your family would fit, a scheme that fits the way you play. You got to know what the direction of offense. Normally you don't know that until you reach what OTAs or we just now getting close to OTAs or whatever. So, yeah, you see him. He'll probably sign sometime this week or next week. But yeah, I think like I said, when it comes to Tennessee, Tannehill, I'm not gonna say he's a boo-boo quarterback. He's terrible, this and that. No, but what I'm saying is he's definitely gonna have to look over his shoulder, especially with him saying he had to go to therapy after the game, after losing to the Bengals. He had to check himself into therapy because he couldn't sleep, he couldn't do anything, he couldn't eat.
But like, okay, like he couldn't sleep because like think about it, he probably was so angry about how bad he played. I'd rather have that quarterback than have Carson Wentz.
Now
who it's everybody else's fault.
We're not talking about the Eagles right now, though. So what I'm saying is, we're talking about
he plays for the Commanders now.
I'm saying, but he's alluding to the Eagles.
I'm alluding to every single team he's been on.
Yeah. So, but
Washington will find out. They'll find out.
But you saw they drafted a quarterback as well.
So you might as well put Carson Wentz in the mental ward, man.
No, yeah, he's definitely like I said, these quarterbacks, everybody's gonna have to look over their shoulders. Sometimes pressure busts pipes, sometimes pressure make diamonds, and we're gonna see if Malik Willis' presence makes Tannehill a better quarterback, or if it makes him be what he everybody thought he was, what he was in the Bengals game, is as a quarterback who can't make plays without the play action, the illusion of a play action fake of Derrick Henry. And everybody knew Derrick Henry wasn't a factor in that game because he was still hurt. So we'll see though. We'll see. Like I said, Tannehill, Wentz, they both in the same boat right now. Even Mariota in Atlanta. They just all the team just drafted quarterbacks and they're gonna go into training camp. And what's gonna happen is somebody gonna say, "Hey,
wait,
I like this."
Who did Atlanta take? Again? Ritter?
Yeah, Ritter.
Ritter, that's right.
Yeah, it took Ritter. So when you say, okay, I like the Cincinnati quarterback. I like the Cincinnati quarterback they just drafted. And then they get in the training camp and they throwing passes and people like, Mariota got a little air under his passes. Ritter got a little touch to it. Malik Willis got a little touch to his passes.
I don't think we're gonna see, if anything, I think we might see Kenny Pickett. Like, I just don't think we're gonna see any of these quarterbacks in a situation where they're just going to pull the starter. I think if somebody gets hurt, that's when we're going to see him. I don't think they're going to throw. I don't think these teams are going to throw their young quarterbacks to the wolves, especially Atlanta. Like, Atlanta ain't got really anybody else to throw to them except London and Pitts.
No, they got some. They actually went out and got they got Demir Bird too, I think, right?
Who?
You say.
Speed threat.
Okay.
Deep threat. This is solid deep threat.
Yeah, this ain't Madden.
No, I'm saying, when he was in New England, he was the number one receiver. So I don't know.
Dear. So he really in trouble.
And that was what Cam Newton at quarterback. So I don't know.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But B-Guard, you know what? I mean, look, we've seen it happen time and time again, where sometimes these players, they just fall off. And that's what you want. You want Tannehill to recognize that he's got a young talent behind him. And as a team, you don't want to be beholden to him anyway. Because if he's not playing well, you need to sit his ass down.
Aren't they already beholden to him? How long he got on his contract?
He got 2 more years left.
Hey.
Yeah, so that seems pretty beholden.
And honestly, though, what made me mad was they could have kept him. They could have kept A.J. Brown for 1 more year. Let's see what Tannehill did. If Tannehill didn't work out, they still could have got Malik Willis in the third. They still could have got him in the third. And if it didn't work out, let Tannehill go. And there wouldn't have been no cap penalty. We didn't have to worry about no cap hit. And then we could have moved Malik Willis on up. And then we could have still had A.J. Brown in a perfect world. And it would have worked out fine. Everybody could have got paid. And I think Tannehill is the reason why everybody is disgruntled, because he took all the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you paid this dude, all this money, and we get to the divisional round of the playoffs, and he chokes, stinks up the joint.
Hey, that's where again the whole ego thing comes in, man. The whole ego thing comes in.
But in my opinion, I don't think what he said was wrong. And just for the record.
No. You know what?
Because I think the media definitely chopped
wrong.
They definitely chopped what he said. He said, is it his job? He said it's not his job to mentor him. He has other things to be worried about. He said we're watching the same film. He said we're in the same quarterback room. He said, now if he picks up things along the way, great. He said, but as far as mentoring him, he said it's not his job. He said it's just his job to set the example. And if he picks up on some of the things that he does along the way, that's great. I think they misconstrued what he said.
This isn't like a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, where I want nothing to do with you type of situation.
Yeah,
Right.
Like it's not like Joe Montana and Steve Young, where that exactly wasn't the tight-knit relationship you'd like them to have.
That sounds great. But we don't know none of these people. He could have said some different things. He didn't. He meant what he said. It is what it is.
No. What he said. I watched the interview. It's the interview. You can actually watch the interview. So what he said.
I saw it too.
Yeah, he said it's not my job to mentor him. He said we're going to be watching the exact same film. We're going to be in the exact same quarterback room. Now, if he picks up some things from me along the way, great. He said, but going out of my way to mentor him when I have duties to maintain. I can't. He said it's not my responsibility. So he said there are people in place to do that. He said we have staff to do that for him. So I had no problem with what he said, but the optics of it, the media and everything like that, they're gonna chop it up and make it in a way.
You got to keep that behind closed doors.
No,
you can't blurt that out in front of the media.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be cool.
They're
you can't do it.
They're gonna run with it. They're gonna take it and run with it. And like I said, like B-Gar said, I don't think Willis is gonna be a day one starter. I wouldn't want him to be. But I know there's other situations in the NFL where there's quarterbacks waiting to be moved, like Garoppolo, Mayfield, couple others.
Are they ever going to get moved at this point?
I think Jimmy G may get moved. But I don't think Baker's. I don't think there's a market for Baker right now because of the image or the
immaturity.
Yeah, the immaturity that surrounds him that people say. But
the Panthers will try to trade him on draft day. It's just that deal fell through. So it's not like people aren't trying to get him. And you know what? His value's probably going to drop, and you don't want him to be a distraction. So I still expect for him to get traded. I honestly do. I think the only person that could possibly stay would be Jimmy G, because it's not like people wanted him to leave. It was just assumed that he would leave. But the Baker Mayfield thing, you don't need any distractions.
In all honesty, if I'm the 49ers, Jimmy G's a starter this year. It's last year of his contract.
Oof.
Last year of his contract. Why not? Why not? Why would you? Why throw? If you've already paid and committed some money to him.
Because you traded 3 first-round picks to go get his replacement.
Yeah, his replacement for when he leaves. He still got him under contract.
Okay, so now you're going to go into year 3 of that rookie deal, and that's another year wasted and another year closer to where you might actually have to pay this dude or find out if he's really the guy.
You got that. You got that year to exercise that 5th-year option. That's why I said like that.
Yeah, okay, but again, I would at least want the 3 years before the option.
I would because you kind of contradicting yourself in regards to Malik Willis, and it's the same kind of situation.
Malik Willis wasn't traded for 3 first-round picks.
He was traded for a couple picks.
They didn't trade up. They didn't trade 3 first-round picks to go get Malik Willis. Third-round picks.
They traded AJ Brown. They traded AJ Brown.
Yeah, they didn't trade it for him.
AJ Brown.
Third round. Okay, listen. When you trade 3 first-round picks to go get somebody, you are assuming that guy is going to be the guy for the next 10 to 15 years. When you're drafting somebody in the 3rd round, you are kind of kicking the tires and seeing maybe he will become somebody. The problem is you gave up so much draft capital. That's the difference. How much draft capital did you give up to get said person? It's kind of like this. It's kind of like the same thing with Jordan Love. They gave up draft capital and traded up for that dude. That's what makes it so puzzling. Why would you delay this?
Trey Lance and Malik Willis are exactly the same kind of player. They come from smaller schools, smaller divisions, and they.
Hey man, if Trey Lance is bad, you got to stop drafting quarterbacks from North Dakota State. We got to stop that. That's going to be 2 that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But at least to me, okay, I always look at the Aaron Rodgers situation, and he sat behind Brett Favre for some would say too long,
Way too long.
And he was able to do his thing. But like Brian was saying, if Trey Lance isn't ready, he's not ready. And it doesn't matter the number of picks that you traded to get him. You can't force somebody into a role when they're just not ready. No, look. If you have the best of both worlds, if you have, let's say you have a potentially starting quarterback and a starting quarterback, that's an asset from injury, from development, from your scheme, from everything. Like, how many good players do you need on your team? As many as you can possibly have. There's no reason why there should be that much difference between your backup and your starter.
Okay, but you are paying first round pick money to a quarterback who will never see the field. We kill the Packers for that situation. We kill them. Why in the hell are we not killing the Niners for that? Like,
because
they're going to stick with Jimmy G?
No,
we've seen what Jimmy G is. Jimmy G's never going to be better than what he was in 2019. It's never getting better than that. That's peak Jimmy G. It only gets worse from here. Why would you not take the guy you believe has so much upside and see what he's got? Because you seen the little flashes last year when Jimmy G got hurt.
They did.
You saw the flashes. Like, he looked good in flashes. Why not throw that out there?
They still made it to the NFC Championship, and Aaron Rodgers was acting like a diva.
Jimmy G.
Hey, look, he was the quarterback at the helm, okay? And Aaron Rodgers was acting like a diva. Jordan Love had to be drafted. If Aaron Rodgers had been goofing off, okay, if he was like, I'm 100% committed, I'm serious, he would have got his receiver.
Okay, great. Then the minute you see that, okay, he's not acting wrong now, trade him. Because, like, he's never going to play for the Packers unless something catastrophic happens to Aaron Rodgers, which you cannot bank on. You're going to lose with any backup anyway. Like, if you have to play your backup quarterback, you are going to lose. Nick Foles is the one guy where it worked out. That's the one guy. And if you play your backup 99 times out of 100, you are just going to lose, because that's what the NFL is how good is your starting quarterback, not how good is your backup. Your backup is your backup for a reason.
Well, Geno Smith is the starting quarterback for the Seahawks as of right now.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And
ask Philly about that. Good luck with that.
Drew Lock is the number 2.
So that makes the Russell Wilson trade even worse. So you didn't even trade for a starting quarterback. You traded for a backup quarterback.
I mean, look,
that's
you still
even worse.
Your teams. Everything that you're saying is like a perfect world scenario, right? There's going to be injuries. People change their minds. People get in their feelings. People retire early. Like, you can't sit around and wait and allow them to dictate the direction of your franchise.
The Packers did that for years with Brett Favre. How many times did he contemplate retiring? And how many times did he retire and come back?
And they finally had to get rid of him. Okay, so we don't know if Jordan Love is ever going to play, but we do know Aaron Rodgers has been flip flopping, and maybe he wants to be the host of Jeopardy.
He signed the 4-year deal. Hey. That should have meant the end of the day for Jordan Love in Green Bay.
Hey. It was and Tom Brady unretired. Tom Brady unretired. Tom Brady unretired.
Yeah. So Tom Brady, that's a story we never talked about, by the way. There was reasons for that. There is some nefarious.
He thought he was going to Miami. He had plans to go to Miami.
Yeah, and then that lawsuit dropped, and he's like, "Oh no, can't do this."
Yep. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out for him in Tampa Bay. Gronk was ready to go to Miami too, and so
everybody was apparently going. Sean Payton was going to go to Miami.
No, he's going to Dallas.
No, like before the plan was Sean Payton was going to go.
Anybody in the chat that's looking Dolphins. Around, get with DW683. He has a proposition for you. Said he's leaving for basic training Thursday. Got 2.4 left. Trying to get rid of it. Message me. So if you're interested in working out something with him, get with him. But yeah, we're about to conclude this show because this. We went over our time limit. We're 15 minutes over our time limit, and
now I got a game to do.
Stipes is trying double dutch, trying to find his exit. So we're gonna conclude the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's always great when B-Guard gets all that excited and passionate about his quarterback talk.
I'm just saying, man. If you got to play your quarterback 99 times out of 100, you're gonna lose.
Okay, well that's we go end the show on that note. If your backup is starting for you, then you don't have a starter clearly. So in this, you're gonna lose.
Or any chance of winning.
Any chance? Little to no chance of winning.
Little chance.
Very little. What you got going on, Philly? What you about to leave? I know you got school tomorrow.
No. I got school this morning. I got a test tomorrow, and I got the Multiverse of Madness. So
you going to that tonight?
Watching that movie at 3:30.
I got that. Saturday for me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you all about it then. I'm gonna watch it at 3:30 Pacific.
Nah, you ain't telling me shit, buddy.
I'm telling you everything.
No, you
It's
not.
gonna come in an AJ Brown package. I'm like, hey, P-Guard, did you? You go click on the link, and that's it.
I will have the AJ Brown package before you even smell it. So.
Oh my.
Now you're getting personal there, buddy.
Hey,
B-Guard and Philly guy have an odd relationship. They have a weird relationship. You know, sometimes Philly guy wants to see B-Guard with a shirt on.
I'm not the one.
That is not what I said. I was trying to take advantage of an opportunity for him to start on the That is not what I said.
He has to see some of B-Guard's man cleavage, and that was that. B-Guard actually filed a claim against you, Philly.
That's not
a harassment claim. He said, you know what? I can't work under these circumstances.
He misinterpreted me like Tannehill, okay? It's the media, you being the media, you twisted my words, and you're lying to people right now. That's not how it went down.
Let me see that man cleavage.
I will have a statement ready on undergroundsports.com the minute it opens about this situation.
So hey, it's all the news. Get the news, latest news, man. We'll have Underground Sports Gaming coming real soon. MaddenUnderground.com is still available for the Madden players, but if you're a 2K player, MLB player, we got some. I think we're gonna open up MLB with the home run derby, man, tournament. So if you know how to swing that bat, that didn't even come out right.
No, it did not.
Just end the podcast. Just end
it. But if you know how to play MLB, man, you know, stay locked in. So we'll be back though. We'll see you guys next week.